Good afternoon, good day, good evening, wherever you are. My name is Bahamut, joined by Justing, and you have arrived to the Heroes CCL Season 3 award show presented by Wisdom. And of course, before we get into everything that is the award show, I have to check in with you, Justing. How are you doing, and are you ready for this fantastic day of Season 3 celebrations?
Yep, I'm doing well. I had a nice lazy morning, heading springy for quite a while, and I'm excited to get into the awards. The awards are just a really exciting day for all the players. As a former player myself, it's really cool to be able to get that recognition at the end of the season after everything's said and done, so that you can kind of just showcase the highlights of the season as a player.
Yeah, we have a few highlights that we can break down, but I agree, like, it is actually kind of weird getting into an award show broadcast rather than, like, our Playday broadcast, because I was ready, like, an hour before the broadcast or we had any sort of, like, rehearsals, and I was sitting here just, like, reviewing, like, notes and stuff like that, but it's not the same notes. We're going to be talking about awards today, and let's also kind of catch you up as to what happened in the playoffs last weekend, because we did have a best-of-5 and a best-of-7. That best-of-5 was Simplicity versus HeroesHearth Esports, and a lot of us expected HeroesHearth to perform the same way they did in the semifinals upper bracket up against Simplicity, shutting them down. But it was quite the reverse. It would be Simplicity who take a 3-1 up against HeroesHearth, knocking HeroesHearth into third place for HeroesCCL Season 3 and moving into that grand finals. But of course, Justing, could you break down all that was that best-of-7, weighted best-of-7 grand finals between 30K and Simplicity?
So 30K just continuing to show the dominance that they showed throughout the season in the grand finals. It was really cool to see them be able to just take that momentum that they gained throughout the season and close it out as strong as they did. And there was that one shaky moment on Sky Temple, but aside from that, even coming back from behind just shows the resilience of the roster. And although Simplicity kind of upset expectations, I'd say, taking down Storm and then taking out HeroesHearth again to get there, 30K just proved to be the better team, and just shoutouts to them for being so strong and so dominant at the end.
It was a really, really great series, and it was great games performed by 30K as well as Simplicity. I'm just curious, Justing, were there any standout or key players from that series for you?
I'd say Bad Benny and Dino were my biggest standout players from the series. Bad Benny just really showing that tank prowess, that veterancy coming in full, kind of everyone could see that. Yeah, Bad Benny, he knows what he's doing. He's been here before. He had really clean engages. He was extremely pivotal to the team, even kind of innovating the Diablo builds a bit. And Dino is just ridiculous the entire season, and especially in the grand finals. He's such an intelligent player, just constantly looking for any value he can get anywhere, whether it's in a team fight or just getting chip damage on walls. Anytime he has an opportunity, he takes it. So Dino and Bad Benny definitely were my MVPs of that series.
Some standout players as well from the side of Simplicity. In my opinion, I think Legacy had some fantastic moments on his Rhaegar play throughout that series. So still credit to the side of Simplicity in that overall. But yes, 30K would close that out in a 4-0, weighted 4-0, or weighted best-of-7, but still a fantastic series overall. I want to give one quick shout out as we are going to jump into prize pool stuff in a second here. It is our favorite and the best admin's birthday today. It is Little Patata's birthday. So if you see her in Twitch chat, make sure that you give a little happy birthday, and just gotta say happy birthday to one of the hardest working admins we have here at HeroesCCL, making sure all those players stay in line, and also working on a lot of background stuff that y'all don't see. So once again, shout out to Lil Patata, happy birthday once again. But let's go ahead and start talking about our prize pool, because it's not closed actually just yet. We're at $17,419.69. Actually, well, it just ticked over, but you saw that. Because of your support, your generosity, and your love for HeroesCCL. If you'd like to push this prize pool further, you can use !prize pool in chat to get yourself over to the Matcherino. And Justing, we have one more little incentive for everyone at home. If we can hit it today on the broadcast, that'd be big. But as a reminder, the prize pool does close this upcoming Wednesday. If you want to maybe push that prize pool further for teams like 30K who are at the top, taking 35% of that 60% prize pool. But of course, Justing, what's this little incentive we've got working up for people at home?
Yeah, so if we do hit 20K, I'll be releasing a song from my past, from before my Heroes of the Storm days, when I had more of a passion of being a musician, perhaps. Those days have kind of passed, so it'll be a little embarrassing for me, but if we do hit 20K, you'll be able to get a glimpse into my EDM beat-making past, so it should be interesting.
I mean, hey, I'm enticed. I haven't heard it. I don't know if anyone on the production side has really heard it. So maybe we can push for that today. Exclamation point prize pool to get yourself over to the match arena. But I do want to say thank you everyone for donating to the prize pool, contributing and pushing this so far, as already we've hit over $17,000. That is huge for a Heroes of the Storm community tournament like this, and just thank you everyone at home. And as we're going to get into the kind of the meat and potatoes of our broadcast, the award show, Justin and I want to take a couple seconds here to actually break down what the award show process is, because there are a few steps that go into this. We start out with our nomination phase. That's when you at home can nominate players, moments, series from the season 3 of HeroesCCL that, well, the top 4 of each of those categories will then go into the voting phase. During the voting phase, there are normal voting for things like best series of HeroesCCL Season 3, or maybe even the best interview. But when it comes to the best in-role categories like tank, support, Justin, we have a little bit of a change in this, and could you break it down for everyone at home what the difference is for that voting when it comes to just the other that I was just explaining?
So for the best in roles, the players that played in the CCL have weighted votes, meaning their votes are contribute more to the nominations. The reason for this is when you're playing the game, it's very evident to you in scrims and practice, and then when you're in the games in CCL, it's very apparent to you who to look out for, who you're always afraid of on the enemy side, who's really performing. So it really makes a lot of sense for the players to have a little bit extra say in those categories, because as a player, it's very apparent when you go up against someone and it's like, wow, this guy's just owning me every game. Like, dude's a beast. You gotta watch out. So that's the reason for it.
Yeah, and for clarity, or for anyone that wants to know the kind of the percentage on the split, it is going to be 70% for the players and 30% for the public vote. So if let's say we're in season 2, when this was first put into our award show, and Justin was a player, his vote would count for 70. My vote as a public would be a 30%. So there you go, just a little clarity as to how all that works. And as a reminder, that's just for the best in role category. Everything else is just, there's no waiting for any players or anything like that. And of course, well, we talked about the process. Let's talk about some of these awards, Justin, because there are a bunch of awards that we can actually take a look at for today. And I'm curious, I want to pick your brain here. Are there any awards that you're excited to present and find out the results for?
So the ones I'm most excited for are Best Tank Player and Top Moment. Best Tank Player because I'm a tank player myself, and I really think we sent our best into the upper bracket, into the finals. We had Tremor, Masquerade, Lauber, and Bad Benny, just all really stand out performance tanks. Just all of them were playing so good. So I'm really excited to see which tank takes the crown on that. And for Top Moment, we had so many top moments in the CCL, so I'm just going to be really excited to see what we pick, what the community has chosen as deemed as their top moment.
It is really exciting to see what the votes are for both of those categories. I'm personally looking super forward to the 6th player. Because of CPX's fantastic Nova, albeit it didn't win, but because of his innovative Nova on Volskaya Foundry, it's just been everywhere in my Storm League games, quick match games, everywhere. So I'm excited to find out 6th player. Memes aside, it's just really cool to celebrate that 6th player who's come in and helped out from time to time for the team roster. And speaking about helping things out, we have to talk about our amazing sponsor, Next Level Gaming. Next Level Gaming joined us for HeroesCCL Season 3, and you can use !NXT in chat. Where does that take you over to? Gets you a link over to more information about this Miami-based LAN center where you can play Heroes of the Storm among many other games. You also can utilize their amazing hardware over there. They've got HP Omens with Intel i7 processors, RTX 3090 video cards, and they've got 2 monitor options. They got a 24-inch monitor at 244 hertz, and they have a 32-inch monitor at 144 hertz, which, Justin, basically on Braxis Holdout or ARAMs, you can see the entire map. You don't actually have to pan anywhere. You just play the game and win.
Yeah, those sound like absolute beasts of computers. Definitely superior to mine. Having the big monitor like that actually does have an effect in Heroes of the Storm. I found that out from watching a replay with Weary, where we were watching it from his perspective, and he could see like the entire team fight, and everyone's like, "What the heck?" You can see the tanks even when you're doing your low blows from way back there. Like, that's crazy. So Yeah, definitely a nice edge to have playing on those huge monitors over at Next Level Gaming.
Yeah, I really want to try. I honestly, myself, I really want to try and play on like an ultra wide because that's when you get that extra little bit of room on the monitor. So just really cool. And thank you again to Next Level Gaming for joining us for HeroesCCL Season 3. But Justing, we are here and we are ready to go and start diving into these awards. But before I do, I believe we might have had a small little update on our prize pool, just a tiny little bit. A small, slight over $2,000 donation. Thank you. I don't know if it was just one donation, but either way, that ticker is nearly at the $20,000 mark. So we might be seeing that video, or that song, excuse me, from Justing. Thank you so much, everyone at home, for supporting HeroesCCL. I'm going to plug it once more. ! Prize pool. I know we can hit that $20,000 mark. I really do appreciate all the support, but let's start getting into these awards because I want to start dishing out some well-deserved awards to these players. And to kick off our first award, we bring in a familiar face, one we all love, one we all adore, one we sometimes can't stop looking at. We've got Kyle Ferguson to present Best CCL Halftime Show Interview.
Howdy, everybody. I'm Kyle Ferguson from the CCL Halftime Interview Show, as well as Into the Nexus podcast. I'm here to present the award for Best CCL Halftime Show Interview. The nominees are Lauber of Storm Esports, Hasuobs of 30K, Make of Chili Mountain, and my pal Vince of Oxygen Esports. And the winner is Lauber, Storm Esports. Congratulations, Lauber.
Congratulations to Lauber for his award for the Best CCL Halftime Show Interview. Unfortunately, he was not able to join us to accept the award, but congratulations do go out to him, and I'm sure he's very happy to get this award. It's really, really cool, Justing. I'm actually curious. You've done some halftime show interviews in the past, haven't you?
Yeah, but unfortunately never gotten any awards for it, so not quite on the level that Lauber does. Lauber definitely has a bit of a screen presence. He's a bit of a troll, and it's always fun to get him on the broadcast for the interviews, so it makes sense.
There was a little bit of me that I was just like, maybe he would pop up in like his full diva cosplay or something like that and showcase his cosplay skills. I mean, he is quite the character. I mean, didn't he beat like a couple Storm League games with like playing tank only with his feet or something like that?
He might have. I know he's done the one-handed challenge where he's got the buttons on his mouse and he's playing Muradin one-handed. So yeah, he's a man of many tricks for sure.
This is, it's too good. But once again, congratulations to Lauber for his award. Moving through our awards, because we've got a lot to get into and we don't want to stay too long on each one of these, we have another award coming up. It's going to be for Best Flex Player of Season 3. And who kind of better to kind of bring this to us than our observer, Adam. He'll be flying in to present this next award for all of you.
Hey there, it's your friendly neighborhood observer, Adam here. I was the main observer for CCL Season 3, alongside former pro and WildHeart player Buds, and our wildly talented replay observer, Cynthia. I'm here today to present the award for Best Flex Player of Season 3. Without further ado, here are the nominees. From 30K, Hasuobs. From Simplicity, Mine. From Oxygen, Draded. And lastly, from Storm Esports, Rutzo. And the winner is Hasuobs. Congratulations to the OG himself. Let's give it up from Twitch chat.
Welcome in, Hasuobs. Congratulations on your award for Best Flex Player of Season 3. How does that feel?
Yeah, pretty good, you know. We had a fantastic season overall, like very good group play, very strong playoffs, and winning the award is kind of like the icing on the cake.
Oh, that makes sense, honestly, at this point for you. I have to be honest. I am slightly distracted. Is your cat trying to get out of the room? Because it just staring at the door in the background.
Yeah, I think Kitty tries to leave. Yeah.
You have a Springy too.
Yeah. So just yes. I was like, how did Springy get over to Hasuob's camera? Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But of course, Justing, any questions for Hasuobs?
For those of you, or for the viewers at home who may not know, you do have quite the awesome trophy case behind you. Do you want to explain maybe just a bit, what your history is, what your past is, and where maybe some of those came from?
Oh, yeah, of course. So I'm basically in esports for a long time. I played Warcraft 3 professionally, then I switched to StarCraft 2 and then HOTS. So, and I'm like 6 times German champion, EPS champion. So 6 of those big ones are the German championships, and then there's a couple of others. When you're in esports for that long and you travel to a lot of tournaments, you do accumulate a few trophies, and yeah, that's basically the history. Yeah.
Well, you got another one to add to the trophy case with this best flex player of season 3. Before I let you run out of here, are there any shouts that you'd like to give?
To my team, 30k, Team Liquid, to Benny for drafting, letting me play some Abathur, letting me play some Vikings, and lots of Hanzo. And yeah, thanks for having me here. And shout out to the people that vote during this process. Watch the league itself. Yeah, it's been great. I had a blast throughout the third season.
Yeah, your Hanzo is definitely something that I've been watching and trying to get better from, because you had so many good plays throughout the season. Excuse me. Hanzo Ups, thanks for joining us. Congratulations on your award for Best Flex Player.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining. Well, I mean, he's been in esports for, God, I want to say over a decade at this point, Justing, and that trophy case, it's looking a little full. He actually might need to get a third one. I was trying to peek at it, I don't think he's got any room anywhere else left in there.
Yeah, it's definitely impressive, especially going from game to game like that. Just
right?
The gamer blood runs deep in Haswabs. He's just built for it.
Oh man, that man loves his esports, and all of us do as well. I mean, it is. I don't know, it's really, really great to have all of these back-to-back seasons of CCL and just to see all of the amazing plays and to come through every single CCL at the end of the season and be able to celebrate all of these individual plays and moments throughout the season. But when we consider roles in Heroes of Storm, there's some critical factors to keep in mind. Damage, wave clear, team fighting, even kill potential. But Justing, there's the one thing that you gotta have on your team. You gotta be backed by a strong healer, and we have got the best in the business to present our next award. We've got Bakery to bring you Best Support Player of HeroesCCL Season 3.
Hey everyone, my name is Bakery, and it's my honor to present the Best Support Player of Season 3 of the CCL. The nominees are BBJ of Storm Esports, Hebby of Oxygen Esports, Yasuo TP of 30k, and Legacy from Simplicity. And the winner is Legacy from Simplicity. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Legacy. How are you feeling about winning Best Support Player of Season 3?
I'm feeling great. Feels good to get recognized, especially when, as you guys were mentioning, it's weighted towards your peers' opinions, and so definitely feels good. Obviously, would have liked to perform better in that last series, but definitely happy with a second place and the award.
I know players are always going to be harder on themselves than I think than a lot of us would be to ourselves. But I personally, as someone who was watching all the games and commentating on them, Legacy, I think you had some outstanding Rhaegar play. But that's at least for me. Of course, Justing, are there any questions for Legacy?
Yeah, so with the new roster for Simplicity, how was it kind of adapting to people's new playstyles, and especially for you being able to get that best support? How were you able to kind of continue improving, given that you also had to make a bunch of changes sort of to the way that the whole team dynamic played out? How did that affect you and your team?
Yeah, I think it was definitely interesting. I mean, it was a great time getting to play with, a legend like Mene, and getting to play with some people like Fancy Fans Unaverted that I've known for a while in the scene and gotten along well with. So enjoyed playing with those players. You could definitely tell drafting for us changed a lot throughout the year. So I think that was the biggest adaptation. I think in seasons past, a lot of what we played was focused around Kira and Lutano, hyper carry heroes, and so you saw a lot more Bright Wings and things like that. And then you kind of saw, I think, a shift into some other heroes this season. So I think that would probably be like the biggest thing, is just getting used to different drafts and play styles. So I think our play style overall was very different than this year than in seasons past.
That's very interesting, and that's actually a dynamic I didn't even really kind of consider as deeply as you were going into. I do have a sort of like lackadaisical question, if you will, for you, Legacy. You play all these heroes. You played, I think, 4 Rhaegar games or 3 Rhaegar games in the grand finals. Is there a hero in Heroes of Storm that like when you don't have to play competitively, or like you like log in, you're like, oh, I want to warm up in a quick match. Like, do you have a go-to hero? Like, is it a healer? Is it like Lost Vikings or something crazy?
So if I have to pick like any hero that I just have the most fun with, it's actually Zagara. I'm a big Zagara fan. So when we started picking that, like I was definitely a big fan and like pushing for trying it out. And then like one of the, I'd say if I had to pick an off-meta healer that I enjoy a lot, it'd be White Mane.
Okay, all right. It's always interesting because, you know, like Hazo, I was just saying, like he played a lot of Hanzo and Lunar and stuff like that in the last season. So I'm just curious. Like sometimes I feel like players, they get pigeonholed a little bit. So I was just curious. So all right, well maybe we get to see White Mane from you someday. But that's really, really exciting. And once again, thanks for joining us for your award. Are there any shout outs that you'd like to give? The floor is all yours.
Shout outs to my team. It was a long, tough season, so shout outs to them. I wouldn't be here without them, so gotta give the props to them, and then all the Twitch chatters who support the league.
Oh, thank you so much for joining us, and congratulations once again, Legacy, on your award.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well, I mean, we are chugging on through these awards right now. We have already had a few. And I gotta say, Justing, kind of the same question to you is there a hero, like you play a lot of tank stuff, like, is there, like, you're like, oh man, when I just want to like fool around and play some quick match, like I go straight for my Murky or something. What do you have? What do you have?
So it definitely used to be Abathur, but I'm not a huge fan of Abathur anymore. He kind of got changed a bit. And with like the XP changes, he feels a little weird now. So it used to be Abathur. I had a Sonya phase as well. I think if I'm trying to have maximum fun, I'd probably go for something like the Artanis. Just something weird that, you can get lots of stacks and feel really strong until you get one shot at level 20, but before then it's a good time for sure.
I gotta say, and maybe I'm not through my Sonya phase, but I definitely love Sonya, even though I may not leap over a wall, and I might just do one of those like self-moment leaps because I don't actually clear the terrain. It's just one of those things. I love Sonya. I'm sure there's someone in chat who's already got the clip for it, but it's just, I don't know, it's just really, really fun to kind of be able to play off of your role. And man, I'd love to see Legacy play some Zagara. I'm sure Mene would probably be the one who really wants to play it in a lot of those games, but like maybe we could see support Zagara. It's definitely a thing. I would maybe assume it could be a thing. Anyways, we've talked a lot about different heroes. We've talked about some of these roles. What we can continue to do is actually give awards for some of these roles, because we have another award for all of you at home. We talk about the solo lane as it's kind of like an island from time to time, and we're going to bring in your Season 2, your favorite Season 2 analyst. We've got McIntyre to come in and talk about Thrall, I guess also to maybe present an award for Best Offlane Player.
What is up, CCL? McIntyre here, bringing you the award for the Best Offlane Player of Season 3. And the nominees are Dayquaza, Storm Esports, Fancy Pants, Simplicity, Liam, 30k, Nasmus, Oxygen Esports. And the winner is Liam, 30k. Congratulations on being the best offlane player of Season 3.
Welcome in, Liam. How are you feeling about winning Best Offlane?
Oh, it feels good. I'm just, happy to be here.
And, I asked this question to Legacy, but I want to ask you, actually, do you have a preferred offlane hero when you're playing? And I know, like, drafts are a whole thing, but, like, is there a hero that you're just like, if I can just get that, I'll win? Is it your rel for you, or you just jump around and kill people, or what?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely used to be Urel. I really enjoy playing her, but I would say nowadays it's probably Blaze, because I think he's just super strong right now, and there's not really any like true counters to Blaze, I would say. So yeah, I would say Blaze is for now until he's nerfed is probably my number one.
I'll make sure to take that into my own solo lane play. Maybe I'll move off of my Sonya and get back into some Blaze play. But of course, Justing, any questions for Liam?
Yeah, so 2 questions. One, just you're in the solo lane where you're basically in a 1v1 for a lot of the game. How does that feel to get that recognition for being the best in that position? Because it's a little bit different from the other roles where you're not actually one versus one other players. Yeah, just kind of how does that feel? Because I know you've been at it a while, and it's cool to see you get that.
Yeah, it feels great to finally get recognized. I mean, I've been recognized in the past and stuff. It feels good to be number one currently anyway. So I'm just thankful for everybody who voted for me. So because I know it's weighted towards players voting for you. So I'm glad that other offlane players and other everybody else in the league thinks that I've been doing a decent job. So I appreciate it.
And the second question is, since you're the player who's in those 1v1s all the time, who do you think besides you is who do you think is maybe your strongest competition in that solo lane? If you weren't winning the award, who is the scariest person for you to go against?
I would definitely say Dayquaza is probably the current best competition out there. I think he does a really good job in the offlane. He's obviously on the number one team in EU, and he has been for a while. He's definitely the biggest competitor currently, I would say, for me.
Oh, we got a little insight as to, I wouldn't say a rivalry, but maybe a future 1v1 we can set up between you and Dayquaza, right? Absolutely. We'll get mid lane, level 10s, no wells, no hearthing. So, but no, thank you so much, Liam, for, maybe we get another, can we get the commissioner in here? We can get another donation incentive or something like that. But no, thank you so much, Liam, for joining us. Congratulations on your award for Best Offlane of Season 3. And before I let you run out of here, are there any shouts that you'd like to give?
Just shout out to my team and anybody who voted for me, and shout out to you guys obviously for having me here and for doing all this. It's always a really good time to see you guys.
Oh, well, thank you for joining us, and congratulations once again, Liam.
Yeah, thank you.
Alrighty, so offlane, man, we think back to like season 2 of CCL, like McIntyre talks so much about offlane, like kind of feels like we're forgetting something today a little bit, Justing. It's like there's something we're supposed to be talking about today, but not 100%. Oh, I know what we're supposed to be talking about. We're supposed to continue talking about our awards show because we're going to move into another award. We have got Best DPS Player from Season 3 coming up for all of you. And to bring you these big explosive plays, we brought in our big explosive sponsor. Next Level Gaming will be providing and presenting our next award. And you gotta welcome in Kevin from Next Level Gaming.
Hi, this is Kevin from Next Level Gaming, Miami's premier esports gaming center and the official sponsor of HeroesHearth CCL Season 3. And I am proud to announce the winner of the Best DPS Player Award. But first, the nominations. Dino from 30K Esports, Madara Uchiha from Oxygen Esports, Unaverted from Simplicity, and finally, Ivy Tings from Storm Esports. And the winner is Dino from 30K Esports. Congratulations, Dino. We can't wait to see what you have in store for us next.
Welcome in, Dino. Congratulations on your award. I gotta ask, how you feeling?
Pretty good. Just pretty good.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, just feeling pretty good. Of course, Justing, any questions for Dino?
Yeah, so a lot of the players who have been receiving awards have been players who I've seen in the scene for quite a long time. Can you maybe go into what your history is in HOTS and maybe how you got so good at HOTS, especially at that range DPS position?
I don't know. I just came from other games. I've always been tryhard at every game I played. Specifically in HOTS, I just started playing actively after HEC died. So I kind of learned the game on my own and just played a lot of solo queue and kept getting better, learned more heroes.
Well, you had mentioned other games. What other games did you previously play?
Since 2013, I've played League of Legends, Battlerite, and Paladins.
Ooh.
Mainly all of them, and I've reached quite high ranks in all of them.
And just out of curiosity, do you think coming from like the Battlerite and League of Legends coming from those games, do you think that helped you in Heroes of Storm, or is Heroes of Storm a little too different? Where like, yeah, there are some concepts, but it's not like a 1-to-1. You can't apply the same tactics from like League or Battlerite into Heroes of Storm.
No, you can definitely apply certain aspects from these to other games. In Heroes of the Storm specifically, it only took me a month till I reached Master, and another month to reach Grandmaster, and I didn't even know what I was doing. I was just not dying, kind of. That's at least how it felt like. Now, you can apply just trying to be efficient, especially in League of Legends. You learn a lot how to position or how to play 1v1s. That helps.
So the biggest takeaway that I've learned here today on this broadcast is don't die. That is maybe the reason that I've been held back in my own ranking in Heroes of Storm. I should just stop dying. But that might be a tactic. But of course, Dino, are there any shouts that you'd like to give?
Like in the halftime interview?
Yeah. Do you have any shout outs?
Yeah, just like the shout out I gave was 30K, my team, that we were gonna rock it, and we did. Shout out to them again.
Alrighty. Well, thank you either way for joining us, and congratulations on your award for Best DPS Player of Season 3.
Bye bye.
See you. I always want to like ask him more and more about the Squidward painting in the back. He doesn't have much more information to tell us about, but like I think it was like a gift or something from a friend, and it was just like I want to know where I can get one for myself because I need one in my own household. Maybe I'll Baja Ross one of those for myself one day. But of course, Justing, like it's not just dying, right? Like there's more into being a DPS player than just not dying, right? Or
yeah, there definitely is. And from watching his gameplay, I think that's maybe a bit humble. Because it's not even just the team fighting for Dino, I'd say it's the macro, the siege damage, you know, going out of your way to always be proactively just attacking structures, just getting camps, doing everything kind of on the map as opposed to just in the team fights. He's just always been super impressive, especially this season.
Yeah, and I think Dino is one of the only few people I've ever seen solo a boss with a Li Ming or Tracer, so... Yeah, it's a little bit more than dying, but definitely a humble man and well-deserved, honest to God, well-deserved award. I mean, we were talking about him at the top of the show in his play throughout the season as well as in that grand finals matchup against Simplicity. As we move in through more of our awards, we have someone very special from the crew who runs things in the background of HeroesCCL. We've got our director, producer, guy who tells me to sit up straight throughout the CCL broadcast. We've got Joseph to present Best Tank of Season 3.
Hello, I'm Joseph in the Flesh Meacham, and I'm the live producer and director for HeroesCCL. That's Ginger. I'm here today to announce the winner for the Best Tank of Season 3. The nominees: Bad Benny for 30K, Lauber from Storm Esports, Masquerade from Simplicity, and Tremor from Wildheart Esports. And the winner is Bad Benny from 30K. Well deserved. I hope you all enjoyed the season.
Welcome in, Bad Benny. Oh, wait, we get more animals? It's just an award show of animals today. I'm sorry. You know what? I'm gonna scratch anything I had to say. Can we get your dog on the screen? Can we get dog on cam by chance, please? This is all for me. Oh my God, you are adorable. That is just so cute. Thank you so much, Bad Benny. So before we get into the award and everything like that, what's the dog's name? Because I didn't know you actually had a dog.
His name is Haku.
Haku?
H-A-Q or K-U. H-A-K-U.
Okay. Yeah. Alrighty. Okay.
I like how there's just a tail. You can see on the corner of the camera, there's just a tail wagging in the hallway.
It's a cat.
The cat tail. Yeah.
There's a cat on one side and dog on the other.
Yeah.
You must have some sort of food around or something like that. Or maybe the animals are excited about your Best Tank Player award for Season 3. How does it feel to be nominated for this and win the award?
It feels good. I mean, I know that I was around one of the best tanks, and I think I performed this season. And I'm happy it went as well as it could, I guess.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it went pretty good for you. Just a little bit here. Of course, Justing, any questions for Bad Benny?
Yeah, so you've obviously had quite a bit of success in the past before the CCL, back in the HTC days. How was that transition getting back into the game to play in the CCL like for you?
I mean, the game is very different, honestly. I'm sure you think the same. Like, back when we actually competed and put so much like time and work in it, it was a complete different game. Like, the heroes are the same, but not even that, honestly. Like, a lot of them has changed since that point. And I took a break, like, after HCC for 2 years, I guess. Like, until CCL started, pretty much. Like, I barely played. And then when I heard of CCL, I was like, maybe I should get into that. And then I started playing again and signed up for Season 2. Didn't go as well, standings-wise. And Season 3, suddenly first place, best tank MVP. So, to your question, I mean, of course it helped a lot. Like, I think one of the things I contribute to or with the most as a tank is like the strategy play, like being where I should be. I might not be the best mechanically anymore, but not too bad there either, I think, but maybe not the best. But there's a lot of factors to being a best tank, I think.
You know, that actually plays perfectly into the question I wanted to ask you, Bad Benny, is if you had one tip for anyone who wanted to get better at tanking, let's say it's in the realm of like Diablo, because we did see a lot of your Diablo play. What would be like your one kind of either general tip or like what's like the critical tip you'd give to someone who wants to pick that hero up or get better?
It's so hard giving those tips, honestly.
I know. I'm sorry. I put you on the spot here. I'm sorry.
In general as tank, look where your team is. Don't waste CC if you don't have follow-up, because then it doesn't do anything most of the time. And you don't have to like be at every minion wave showing where you are. You can stand in bushes and then looking for things instead. Like, those are the kind of things you want to think of when you play tank. You don't want to just show everywhere, because then you're not scary for the enemy team. It's way more scary if you jump from a bush than if you jump from standing behind a minion, you know?
No, that's very true. I mean, an ETC power slide or a shadow charge from Diablo from a bush is a lot more terrifying than just as he's just sitting there smacking the wave. It's like, oh, here comes a power slide. So absolutely, that is a very, very good tip. And of course, before I let you get out of here, are there any shoutouts that you'd like to give? The floor is all yours.
Yeah, shout out to my team. They played great, and I mean, I think there was no flame to last season's team, but like, I don't think I played that much different during the seasons. Maybe I did, and I just don't notice it myself. But like, I think I played good both seasons, and now we ended up first place because my team really, they all stepped up. They all did what was needed, and yeah, we made it work as a team, and that's why you saw me here. You saw Liam before. You saw Dino and Hasu. Like, and not Yasuo, unfortunately, but most of us made it here to the award show. And it's because we did a very good job as a team. So shout out to them.
Hey, well, thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations on your award for Best Tank Player of Season 3, Bad Benny.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thanks for joining us. Now, of course, Justing, you know, our resident, you know, you might know a thing or two about tanking, you know, one or two things. Would you say, like, is there anything you could elaborate further on this, on the recommendation he gave about, you know, kind of staying in bushes as a tank, staying mounted? Is there anything else that you would recommend, maybe even on the drafting side of things to consider?
Yeah, on the drafting side, I'd say if you don't have to pick early, try to hold your pick. And like, you don't want to pick a Diablo if they have picked like Tychus already, usually, at least in Storm League. And keeping in mind sort of what their damage dealers are and what your damage dealers are is really important as the tank. Kind of, if you have like a Li Ming and a Greymane with Curse Bullet, then you can be a variant and be pretty happy with that, just looking for the taunts with the one-shots. And like Bad Benny mentioned, it is really important to pay attention to where your range DPS are, if they're following up with you, if they can. And on the other side of that, the way that you play is kind of completely different depending what the enemy team has too for their DPS.
Okay.
If they have like a Tracer Li Ming, you might be kind of invincible against that if you're like a Diablo, for example. So just paying a lot of attention to both where your DPS are and what they are and what theirs are. Very important to the way that you play on tank.
Maybe in the off season I'll have to pick your brain and maybe some sort of series where we talk about drafting and stuff like that. Maybe we can create some content about these drafting plays, because I really would love to sit here and talk about this more and more, but we have to continue presenting awards here, Justing, and we have to get into kind of a big award right now, our 7th award of the day. We need to start looking at our regular season MVP, and our next presenter is kind of an MVP of their own over at Wisdom. We have the amazing Workhorse, aka Ian, to present your regular season MVP.
Hey everybody, Workhorse here from Wisdom. Thank you so much to everybody for tuning in for another amazing season of CCL. I love this thing, and I'm so glad you're all here to enjoy it and watch it, and I look forward to it every weekend, and it means a lot that you guys tune in, and it means a lot that all the players and teams and coaches work so hard to put on awesome games for us. It's an honor, and it's also an honor for me to get to actually present this season's regular season MVP. The nominees are Liam, Dino, Hasawabs, and Madara Uchiha. The winner is Liam from 30K. Congratulations. Thanks, everyone.
Welcome back, Liam. Well, we got you. We got you here for 2 awards today. Congratulations on regular season MVP. I know I asked you how it felt to get off lane, but I feel I have to ask the same question for regular season MVP as well. How does it feel to get this award?
Yeah, I mean, it feels amazing, obviously, right? To get MVP, it's a great feeling, especially when, I think you could easily say, anybody else on 30K or even on, Simplicity or Storm could have gotten this award. So I appreciate everybody who voted for me. So yeah, I mean, it feels amazing. Yeah.
Justing, any questions for Liam again?
So, okay, what do you think separates you from the other offlaners on the amount of impact that you have in the game? Because it is kind of difficult to get that MVP as an offlaner. It's not usually quite as obvious what you're doing. So yeah, I guess just what do you think it is that maybe separates you and makes the plays that you make on offlane a little bit different?
I would say it's probably just knowing when to rotate so that you can show up to the fight before the other offlaner and get advantageous fights or good ganks on the 4-man, as well as just in team fights, providing that doing what you need to do from the offlane, depending on what hero you are. If you're Blaze, playing with your team, following up. If you're Urel, then going in the back line and creating that pressure. So it just depends on the hero, I would say, but primarily it's just getting rotational advantage. So that's what I would say is the main thing.
No. I actually have a question about when it comes to your matchup in an off lane, like in a 1v1 sort of sense. Like let's say it's Dragonshire, which doesn't get a ton of gank rotations. We have seen some here and there, but it's a little bit of an island of its own. When you're doing this matchup, let's say you're Blaze, you're playing against let's say a Urel. Are you sitting there counting cooldowns? Are you trying to anticipate what the other player's doing? I'm curious about like how much of is there like kind of like a little bit of like art of war, some chess back and forth, or is it mostly you kind of feeling out the enemy and just playing against them as they're playing against you sort of deal?
Well, it depends on the matchup, right? But in the case of like Blaze and Urel, I would say neither of them are really going to kill each other, so it's mostly about getting a wave prio. So you want to like clear the wave and then get on the point, and then as they're catching the wave, you can hold the point. So it just depends on the matchup, but in that case, I would say clearing the wave first is what you want to do, and then you just, hold the point if you need to, or you can rotate if you need to. So that's usually Dragonshire is kind of a unique case because you don't really need to play for the point. If if your team has bottom point, you don't have to like fight them really, or if your team's ganking, then it just all depends on the situation, I would say.
Okay, well, thanks for a little bit more insight into the solo lane. I'd ask you if you have any shoutouts, but I'm sure you just gave them. So thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations on your regular season MVP, Liam.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks. Thank you for joining us. Alrighty, well, Justin, we are halfway through the award show at this point, and I have to say, we have had some amazing awards so far. We've had some great presenters as well, and just kind of want to get a temperature check for you. How are you feeling about these awards? And are you thinking like, yeah, you know, like, oh yeah, like that was some good offlane, but definitely Dayquaza, he should have won that one? Or are you thinking like all these awards are going to the right recipient sort of deal?
No, I definitely think that the awards are going to the right place. 30K, it's not a surprise that they're getting a lot of awards because they just had such a standout season for every player. Like Liam said, like, I mean, it's hard to even choose an MVP from 30K. He was saying how like proud he is that he's the one who got it when everyone performed so well on his team. So no, I don't think it's too surprising to see the 30Ks, and it's definitely well deserved by them because they had one heck of a season.
We have had one heck of a season and one heck of an award show thus far. It has been very, very fun breaking down a lot of these awards for you. And I believe we can actually take a peek at our prize pool, if I'm not mistaken, because we are going to be looking at all of this. So if you would like to donate towards the prize... Oh, we broke 20,000, Justing. We're going to be hearing that song today. I know production... Don't sound so excited. Don't... Why? Oh my God. But thank you seriously everyone at home for pushing that prize pool beyond 20,000. Seriously, your generosity, your support of HeroesCCL, it means the absolute world to us. I know production has a spot for that song, so you will hear it today on broadcast, so make sure you stick around for the entirety of the broadcast. We will play it at some point. I just don't know exactly because production has that already kind of sealed away. They don't tell us everything. They just say, go on broadcast, look beautiful, and present a bunch of awards. And that's what we've done so far today. We've had some amazing awards, some regular season MVP, best tank player, offlane support, and a few others in between all of that. But we're not done by any means. We have more awards coming up in a little bit. Justin and I are going to take a short little break, allow us to stretch our legs, get another cup of tea, get our next round of nominees into Discord calls and stuff like that. And when we come back, we are going to be taking a look at 6th player of the season. Until then, don't go anywhere. This is the HeroesCCL Award Show presented by Wisdom. Welcome back to the HeroesCCL Award Show presented by Wisdom, a day of celebration from our Season 3 of games and players. My name is Bahamut, joined by Justing. And of course, Justing, what'd you get up to in the break?
Just walked around, stretched the legs a bit. You know, gotta stay limber.
Yeah, you got to make sure you stretch those legs. I went snowboarding yesterday, so I went up to get a cup of tea, and I was like, oh my God, I'm still sore. So I kind of hobbled my way to the kitchen and back to get a cup of tea. But we are here, and we are in the midst of our award show. We've already gotten halfway through it. We've already had some amazing awards given out to some fantastic players, but we're not done just yet. We've got more awards coming at your face, and we are going to immediately get into another award because this presenter, at least in my opinion, this is a treat for all of you at home. Designer of some of our favorite heroes, we brought back Lana to bring you the best 6th player of HeroesCCL Season 3.
Hello. Nope. You say try not to. The mic, this is what gives me authenticity. You think I'm not going to have this mic on camera? I have been asked to present the award again for the 6th This is the last take. I'm gonna do it right. What's up, CCL? My name is Lana Bashinsky, and I am delighted, nay, honored, that I have once again been asked to deliver the award for the 6th player of the season. And the nominees are Nagrom212, 30K, Cure, Simplicity, CPX, Storm Esports, June, Diamond Hands. And the winner of the 6th player of the season is Nagrom212 with 30K. Congratulations and congrats to all the amazing nominees. I can't wait to see what 2022 has in store. Did I do it?
Welcome, Nagrom. Congratulations on your award. How are you feeling?
I'm actually super nervous, not gonna lie.
Well, that nervousness is okay, but congratulations! It's big to get the 6th player award, and I have to ask, like, what is the feeling to be able to get this award at the end of the season?
I mean, it's kind of good, you know, because I played only 2 matches and we won them, even if I was not on my main role and I was playing support, and I was kind of first timing support the first time, so it feels actually good.
And those are some great games, but of course, Justing, any questions for Negrom?
Yeah, just how was it playing with 30k? A lot of veterans on the team. How was that?
It was actually super good. Like, I learned legit a lot because I was kind of new in the games. Like, I started playing in competitive like 1 year or 2 years ago. Then I sent just a message to 30k because on Twitter I see they were looking for player. I sent a message and I get picked off and I just learned a lot with them. Like, it's actually incredible.
Well, that's really cool, and I'm glad you were able to learn. And seriously, the games that you played, they were so great to see. You really flexed for your team in that 6th role. It was a great showcase of your skill and how you've grown. And, well, congratulations on the award. Before I let you leave, are there any shoutouts that you'd like to give?
Yes, to my team, obviously. And pour tous les Français qui nous regardent, franchement, salam à vous. And yeah, that's it.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, and congratulations once again. We'll let you get out of here so you can go and celebrate your award.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us, man. Very, very humble man, but I like how it was so simple, where he was just like, yeah, I hit up 30k, and here we are. And honestly, during when teams were recruiting, that was kind of the best thing to do. I talked to different orgs. I talked to Goon. I talked to Steve from Oxygen, Chris from Diamond Hands, and a lot of them, every single one of them said, get in my DMs. Like in Discord and Twitter, like send me highlight reels, talk to me. Don't just expect to get drafted. So I think that is the biggest thing, and I think Negrom is a great example of what that kind of communication can do, Justing.
Yeah, and it was really cool to see him being so flexible too in his CCL matches, coming in not only as the 6th player, but playing a position that you maybe aren't super comfortable with and being able to perform. Really impressive. And I think we saw him kind of popping off in the free agent tournament as well, if I remember correctly. So he might have been playing some Chen and some other weird stuff. So it's cool to see kind of just that flexibility for a 6th person. It's kind of exactly what you want from your 6th member, because you never know when your tank or your support or whoever might get sick, not feel well, have something going on. Like, anything can happen. So being really flexible, really important for that 6th member, and Negrom provided that for the team.
That flexibility allowed everyone else to kind of play their main roles, and like Hazuobs was able to kind of get on his Hanzo and stuff like that. So I absolutely agree, being able to have that flexibility and kind of come in as the knight in shining armor, in a sense, for your team in that moment is just really, really cool. And as we've talked about the 6th player, we can actually move into most improved player from the season of HeroesCCL to bring you the most improved player of season 3. We have the man of many illusions, the man who got me into casting Heroes the Storm, and a very, very great commentator all around. We got Haloran to bring you this next award.
What's going on, everyone? I'm Haloran, and I will be presenting the award for the most improved player. Your nominees are Azerite, Bad Benny, Fancy Pants, and my pal Vince. And the winner for the most improved player is going to go out to Bad Benny, representing 30k. Congratulations to you, Benny. Take it easy, everyone.
Congratulations once again, Bad Benny. A little wardrobe swap in between awards, as I just see here. And of course, I have to ask, because you kind of alluded a little bit to this in the interview you just gave for Tank Player, how does it feel to win Most Improved Player coming from Season 2 into Season 3?
I actually don't know how to feel. Like,
really?
Since I am an ex-pro, winning most award or most improved players usually when like you're kind of bad and then suddenly you improve a lot, and then so I'm like, did I perform that poorly before, or well, I don't know. So I'm a bit offended, honestly, that I win it, but at the same time pretty happy, And I tried to think of it that, because I took up drafting this season and I focused a lot of attention on that, and it went pretty well. So I'm pretty proud of that. And so I just take this award and put it on that part of it. Like, okay, I improved the drafting. It was huge.
Most improved draft player. We'll kind of scratch that one in there for you. But Justing, any questions for Bad Betty?
Yeah, so you kind of touched on it in the previous interview about how much the game has changed. I really do think that you have improved a lot, and a lot of that is probably coming down to that adaptation that you need to make from kind of relearning the game and unlearning kind of habits from the past that maybe aren't so relevant now. What do you think is like the biggest change that you had to make to improve? Because there definitely was improvement, and a lot of it I think is kind of with the game's just different now, like you touched on, and maybe can you expand on that a bit?
Yeah, I mean, so given that I played this game for a living for a few years, like put so much time in it, and it's still the same heroes I play, kinda like the same tanks. So the tank mechanics, maybe I improved a bit, but I don't know, maybe I was rusty last season, like that's it. But I don't feel that I improved on it that much myself. So it's more like, I mean, knowing your limits a bit more, like, because the game works differently, like the katas, the XP changes, the globes that stay on the ground, like you have to show in vision a bit more to grab those. Like there's a lot of small things that ends up being a big change, it feels like. And I guess it took some time getting used to that, because I still had the old mentality where like it should work like this, it should work like that, and I'm still like that sometimes. Like I do a play, I'm like, why did this not work out? Like it should work out. I've done it millions of times before. Like what happened?
But now all the supports are OP. It's not working anymore.
Yeah. You can jump in with Muradin and get one shot by a Stuko slapping you or something. I don't know. I don't know exactly what it is, but I guess it took some time, but I learned all of it again, and there you have it, I guess.
Oh no, that was really nice insight. Yeah, please.
Yeah. No, I'm happy I got the award. That's all I was gonna say.
No, wonderful. No, it's nice to have the little bit of insight as well, and things have very much evolved over the last couple of years for Heroes of the Storm. So it's really been cool to kind of watch you evolve as well. And I think that is the big takeaway. Your drafting really was top notch towards the end of the season. So I think that is a big improvement that you should be very, very proud about. And we're happy to have you join us for this award. I'm not sure I'm going to ask you, do you have any other shouts that you'd like to give, or have you already gone through all of them?
Maybe a question. So like I think I talked about it last year, maybe, like because someone mentioned it in chat, and I wasn't gonna say anything, but then I thought of it, that like my dog had a hip surgery last year, and he's having his second one now on Tuesday actually, and I still have like a GoFundMe for it. So I was like, can I link it in chat or something? Is that allowed?
That would be a question.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so production just said yes. Yeah, production just said yes. So
that's the only thing I can think of. I will show him on cam again, I guess.
Oh!
Happy little boy. Unfortunately born with bad hips, but pretty expensive surgery that we're trying to gather money for. I mean, the surgery is happening regardless, but it costs a shit ton of money. That's what I want to do.
Definitely...
So thanks to everyone that might want to help out for that. And
yeah, definitely feel free to link that in chat. We'll make sure our moderators get that put out there. And we hope all for the best for your puppy, as well as congratulations again for the award for Most Improved Player. And well, good luck. And once again, best well wishes to the puppy in the surgery.
Thank you very much. And have a nice
Thank you for joining us. You too, Bad Benny. Alrighty, well, we got a little insight as to kind of like him taking up the mantle of drafting and stuff like that, but also Justing, and that was a really great question from you, just hitting on the notes of the evolution of Heroes of Storm, because we've come a long way. I mean, 2 years ago, there was no true sight on towers. Nova could go underneath the tower and snipe your Abathur away, or Zeratools as well, so little things like that. Our game has evolved so much over the last couple years.
Yeah, there is ammo, the XP changes.
God,
there's been so much stuff. I've watched back a lot of old VODs from my old games, and it is crazy how different the game is. You really do play it quite a lot differently than you used to. It used to be if you get a fort early, the game's pretty much over. You've got like a 2-level lead, so it's way different than it is now, and that kind of affects everything. You're maybe less looking for picks in the early game than you used to be because they're not quite as important. You're more looking for kind of just macro pressure and kind of just squeezing the enemy out of positions on the map they want to be. It's just, the game has definitely changed a lot, and it's cool to see Bad Benny be able to adapt to it like he has.
I mean, the good old times of playing Lost Vikings on Garden of Terror and basically taking 2 Vikings to go soak and 1 Viking in the Garden Terror, because you used to be able to pilot it from your own core. God, that was a day back then. That was some fun times. But speaking of fun times, moving into our next award, we actually have our top moment of HeroesCCL, and who better to bring us this award than pro turned caster, caster turned host, host turned VP of Wisdom Esports. We've got Dreadnought to present top moment of HeroesCCL.
Hello, Heroes of the Storm and CCL community. My name is Wade Dreadnought Penfold, and my hair is all kinds of wet because I had to rush out of the shower quickly to tell you this message. Number 1, I love and miss each and every one of you. I hope you guys are doing great. Number 2, please be kind to each other. And number 3, I have the honor and the pleasure to present to you all the top moment of the CCL. And your nominees are 30K versus Diamond Hands. Liam, I'm killing them all.
Help here on me. I'm killing them. I'm literally killing them all.
Nice.
Nice.
Burden's one.
30K versus Simplicity. Yasu solo core fly.
Core! No, don't get in. Morales solo suicide. Oh, trolled.
3 seconds of protection.
Oxygen Esports versus Diamond Hands. Heavy low blow.
Not the towers.
No,
Towers and Ninja Stuko up in a 5v1. What are we doing here? Get us out. Drain it going forward with the grenade.
Melting point.
Simplicity versus Granite Gaming. Granite boss steal.
Dust off a cooldown. They're going to try and get into this because Swamp Grata is going to be able to delay things out for a second or two here. Swamp Grata pops the Ardent Defender on the point. There's the light bomb from the Anduin. This is not greedy. This is extremely well played. The Divine Shield comes out from the Uther. He's got 200 and something HP. The Gust to push people around. The Uther will be falling. Diablo finishes out his devastating charge. Hanzo goes down to Geo. We have a little leap of faith from Henning to save.
And the winner is 30K versus Diamond Hands. Liam, I'm killing them all. Congratulations.
Wow. I have to say, one of my favorite moments in CCL, and we got Liam back with us once again. Liam, how do you have enough room in your arms to carry all of these awards that you've gotten today? We're gonna need to get you another bookshelf for those awards.
Yeah, I'm just super happy to receive them all.
So I do have to ask, in these moments when you are quite literally killing them all and you're jumping to the backline, how comfortable do you feel with your own health bar as in that moment actually as the Urel? How comfortable do you feel like casually 1v3ing on a map in CCL like that? Like that, I feel like I would immediately die.
Well, it just depends on the comp, I would say, as Urel.
Okay.
In that moment, I think the only heroes that were damaging me were Junkrat and Raynor, which both can't really deal with Dauntless Urel. So in that moment, I wasn't too worried, but you could sort of hear in the comms. I don't know if you were in there at that moment, but I was like pretty. I sounded worried, even though I shouldn't have been. It was just sort of like in the moment, I was excited and I wanted to get the kills, and I was like sort of asking for help from my team, even though I didn't really need it in that moment. So. Yeah, against those heroes, it's not too big of a threat, so I shouldn't have been too concerned, but yeah.
Oh, still, it's always interesting to get insights in those moments. Of course, Justing, any questions for Liam?
So in those moments when you're killing them all, in the interviews especially, you seem very calm. Do you give yourself some time to celebrate after killing them all? Is there any like celebration in the game, or is it just wait till the game is done to really be able to celebrate it?
I mean, I usually try to stay focused in game, just to make sure we're doing everything right macro wise and all that stuff. So I try to save the celebrations until after we win.
No turkey noises then. For 30K.
Yeah, we're not Diamond Hands comms.
Wow. Okay. All right. Well, you might have a different way to celebrate, but definitely you should be celebrating with all of the awards that you have been nominated and also received. Congratulations once again, Liam, on another award. I had joked that you've already done all of your shout-outs. I just want to give you the opportunity like I did for Bad Benny. Do you have any other shouts that you might have missed or you just want to throw out there?
Not right now, I would say. Just,
okay.
Obviously shout out to my team again, but aside from that, shout out to you guys again, and I would say that's it for now.
Alrighty, well, thank you, Liam, for joining us, and congratulations on the top moment of CCL Season 3.
Thank you, guys.
Some amazing moments throughout the entire, the group stage, and even in the grand finals as well. Like, that boss play from Granite Gaming, that was the one that I voted for, because that boss play was just, it was so beautifully played from Granite, who, to be honest, it's up against Simplicity. You expect it to be a Simplicity domination with just how the games were going throughout the season. But Granite Gaming, that was just such an intuitive read, Justing, and there were so many other moments. Is there anything that, pops to your mind beyond just either of those, or anything?
The only other one I can really think of that stands out to me that maybe didn't make it into nominations was when Oxygen had to all-in the core on Altric. I think that was really sick. It was like the enemy team was pushing top, and they just all-in the core and all die on on Vandar Stormpike, I believe, might be his name. And that was a really sick moment. But it's cool to see kind of one player making their own moment there with Liam getting the 1v3 solo kills just back to back. Is really nuts.
And it's crazy because this is a solo laner. They don't usually have the burst ability that you would get from a Tracer, Li Ming, Greymane, Lunara, something of our range assassins or melee assassins, even like a Zeratul that can come in and burst people down. So very, very well deserved from Liam right there. And as we get into another award here, we are going to be moving into the best series of Season 3 of CCL. There's a lot of moments that you have to take into consideration for a great series. You have to consider the kills in the series, the boss steals, outdrafting, overdrafting, underdrafting, and much, much more. But of course, to present this award, we had to get someone very, very special, and I think we have the perfect person. The person that I consider the voice of the Nexus. We've got Cloaken to present the award for Best Series of Season 3.
What is up, beautiful citizens of the Nexus? My name is Cloaken, and I want you to know I consider you all my family. And that is a bond that has only grown stronger with time. Much love all around, and hearty GGs to everyone, wherever this message may find you. All right, let's do this. It is my honor to present to you the award for the Best Series of Season 3. The nominees are Simplicity vs. Diamond Hands, Week 1.
Sleeping.
Good. Nice. I stand. Don't wait. Lucio, don't wait.
Hugger.
That's fine.
Go call.
30K versus Oxygen Esports, Week 2.
Stitches is going to be very hungry in the Hall of Storms for the next 60 seconds. Light Bomb will connect onto Liam right now as Nasmus is going to be rooted and booted, and that's going to be a double kill over to the side of 30K. False set with a big fight. Here comes the gust. Heavy delivered into the arms of Varian, and Varian says good night.
Storm Esports versus 30K, Week 3.
Is he going to actually ever use that? Now it's... Oh my god!
Dino, chill!
Just pop it off, bro!
Dino, chill! Holy crap!
And Simplicity versus 30K, Week 7.
Sanctification this time, as we do have a huge arrow from Hanzo. The combo almost getting the kill onto Yasu, but Yasu gets the push off, and it's Pants to fall again. This is just every single attempt to take down 30K is met with counter kills, and it's again technically a quad kill, technically a pentakill for the side of 30K.
And the winner is Simplicity versus 30K, Week 7. Congratulations to you all, and I'll see you in the Nexus.
He said the thing. Welcome in Bad Benny and Legacy once again, and I want to start actually on the far end. We're going to start with Legacy. How does it feel to win this award up against 30K?
It's kind of funny because we got beat pretty bad that series. But no, I think from my perspective, and Benny can give his input, but I think both teams were sitting comfortably in first and second and really wanted to put on a show for the fans. I think in one series we got Probius, Morales, Vikings, Alarak, so really wanted to kind of reward the fans with some heroes they don't get to see a lot.
That was a really fun series. Yeah, Benny, I wanted to ask you the same thing, actually.
Yeah, actually, like as Legacy said, like both teams were like kind of scared of Storm. Like no one wanted to play them really, but no one wanted to super troll either. I mean, you know how it is. Like people were thinking it's advantageous getting like losing the series. So we're like, okay, how can we like troll but not troll? And then we do a warm-up scrim. We like, okay, let's try Vikings Morales. We won it. We won the warm-up scrim, and then like, okay, let's do it. Busted out first game. Maybe shouldn't have won that game, but it had a lot of funny moments, so I can't complain.
I mean, I can't complain as a commentator and viewer of that matchup. I can't complain whatsoever because I had a lot of fun with it overall. But of course, Justing, any questions for Legacy and Bad Benny?
Yeah, this is more directed towards Legacy. Who's the mastermind behind the Light Bomb Alarak Deadly Charge combo? And did you guys practice that in scrims? Is that a thing?
Yeah, so I actually, back in like season 2, did it a little bit with Lutana, who was playing some Alarak at that time. So it's been around for a little while, but with hit or miss effectiveness, as you kind of saw. And for those of you who don't know, Fancy has a Smurf that he pretty much is like a Alarak only player on. So he's got like a ton of games on it. So he's a pretty good Alarak, but yeah.
Definitely would love to see more of that in the future. But from all of us, like that was seriously like such a fun series. And as you said, it may have not gone the full duration that I think you might have wanted, but it still was really, really fun games to watch and commentate on. And of course, before I let either of you fly on out of here, I know you've given some shout outs. Are there any others that you'd like to give? Legacy, we'll start with you.
I think the only thing I didn't shout out last time that I'll add in is just shout out to you guys for, both casters and, production and everything, for everything, a lot of hard work this season. So appreciate you all.
Thank you so much. Bad Benny, anything else? Or I know we've kind of, I think we're dry on the amount of shout outs, but if there's anything else that might have popped into your head in the last minute or so.
There was actually when you said the series didn't go the full distance. Then I remember that you, Justin, you said like, I couldn't sleep the night before the series because you were like expecting this insane, like the top teams playing against each other, and then you get that fiesta instead. I was like, we were just laughing in Discord at it when I just remember that.
Well, thank you both so much for joining us. Congratulations on Best Series of Season 3. It was a really fun series to watch, and thank you all both for joining us for the award.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks.
Of course. Alrighty. Well, we have only got a couple more awards left, Justing, and I gotta say there has been some really, really cool stuff just overall. Like I think like the top moment with Liam has been really cool. The best series as well. Like I know it wasn't, and I think Bad Benny kind of put it perfectly because I think the three of us were sitting in the production call like right before the broadcast start. We're like, okay, it's the day, it's the matchup, and then like we start with like Morales Vikings on Cursed Hollow, and we're like, okay, it's going to go to a game 5 because of this. And then we're like, oh, no, it didn't whatsoever. So really great series all in all. If you did miss any of the series, all of them are on YouTube. We do our best to do spoiler-free stuff with the videos as well. So make sure you check out the YouTube if you missed any of these matchups, or if you want to go back and watch some of the matchups that we've been talking about today. But we have to continue talking about our awards, and this next award kind of it doesn't kind of feel special. It is a very, very special award, in my opinion. I think this is a big award, and to bring in this award, I think we have to bring in, well, a big name from HeroesCCL. We have to get Jules, our commissioner, to present this next award, and I believe we've got her right here with us right now.
Hi guys, my gosh. It's so weird to be on this side of everything when I sit in production and like tell you guys what to do with Joseph the entire time. Oh my gosh. And of course, Springy is here to stay with us, which is like the biggest gift you could have given me, Justin. So thank you. And hi Twitch chat.
Hello.
It's good to see you guys.
So now, Jules, we're gonna ask you the biggest burning question that everyone wants to know is, what is the favorite org of CCL Season 3?
I mean, it is the most burning question that we can actually ask at this point. I'm really trying to keep a straight face here too. I am here today to present the award for favorite CCL organization, and our nominees are 30K, Chili Mountain, Diamond Hands, and Storm Esports. And the winner for the third year in a row, third season in a row, is 30K.
Hey, congratulations to 30K. And we've got Michael Udall on the line with us right now.
Hi,
How are you
Michael.
feeling to be back to back to back champions of favorite organization?
I mean, it's a huge honor, really. Like, I'm so grateful for the community to vote for us, but really, you know, the reason we won this year is because of the spectacular season that the players put on. You know, like 4-0 in the finals, like you guys have seen it across the awards, 30K winning a lot of stuff. And that's just, you know, in my opinion, like the direct correlation to like how much hard work they put in. And yeah, just really proud of the team, you know, proud of all 6 of our players for just really showing up like week in, week out. And yeah, like winning, it feels awesome. Winning always feels good. But, yeah.
Oh, absolutely. But it's gotta have a special place in your heart, of course. And Justing, any questions for Michael Udall?
Yeah, how were sort of the ups and downs of previous seasons to now, and maybe what were the expectations coming into it with the seasons 1 and 2 compared to this season 3?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely feel like season 1 we had the most volatility. You know, like we made a trade in the middle of the season, and so I think that added like a bit of ups and downs. Season 2, I mean, I feel like we improved in comparison to season 1, but definitely we weren't. And when I say we, like primarily the players, right? Like they're all competitors. They want to go out there and they're not happy unless they're first place, right? Like they can get second place in a best of 7 game. It's super close. And like, you know, they still walk away with like, okay, we're proud of what we did. But at the end of the day, like the goal is wanting to be first. And so, I mean, this season has been kind of smooth sailing. Like, and not that like for me as an org-owner, you know, I wasn't breathing into a brown bag like super anxious as much because, you know, like in the finals we got up, you know, 3-0, 2-0, and it's just like less stressful from that situation and standpoint. But definitely, like with every season, there's going to be highs and lows. Like part of what's so exciting about Heroes of the Storm as a game is that, you know, you get level 20 to level 20, and it's really just a coin toss fight. And it's not completely a coin toss, but it's like whoever wins that fight is most of the time going to end up winning the game. So it's like you can be leading all game, and then, you know, one mistake in the late game can cause you to lose. But that also is what makes it exciting. So definitely a less anxiety-ridden season, but it's been a good one.
It has definitely been a fun season. Of course, I have to ask Jules, do you have any questions or any comments for Michael Udall here, as he has won favorite organization 3 times in a row for 30K?
I mean, I have now given you this award 3 times, Michael, as Baha has just said. For you, what does CCL mean to you as now an org owner after being an esports pro?
I mean, Heroes of the Storm, I felt like I grew up as a human being a lot, like because of this community and because of HGC. So like the ability to be able to partake in CCL is really so fulfilling, right? Like I'm not on the side where I'm in there playing, but I actually feel like it's more fulfilling to be on the org owner side and to kind of create or help create this opportunity for players all around the world to be able to have a similar experience that I had, right? Because the chance to interact and play with people from all across the world, I feel like helped make me a better person. And so like it feels amazing to be a part of CCL, and like I'm so grateful for Wisdom and all of you up on the broadcast for, you know, help making this possible. And really it's just awesome to see like there's a lot of love in the HOTS community, and we still want to support this scene. And it's amazing that, you know, Wisdom and CCL came in and provided that opportunity, right? Because as you can tell, there's a lot of people that want to play, that want to watch, that want to be a part in a lot of different capacities. So yeah, I'm super grateful here for CCL, and it's been an awesome addition to my life.
Well, we're really doing my best not to make you cry this time, Michael.
yeah.
I jumped in there really quickly because I was like, Jules is going to try and make him cry if I don't try and jump in here really quickly. But of course, no, we do want to say thank you for joining us and congratulations on your award once again. And of course, are there any shouts that you'd like to give before we send you out of here?
Yeah, well, I mean, first off, shout out to everyone over at Wisdom for making this possible. You know, both of you on the broadcast, Jules for creating this. Shout out to our players. They really are going to be the reason that we won this, because of how they did this season. Dino, Hasu, Liam, Bad Benny, Yasu, and of course Nagram really bringing it off of the bench. And then I just want to give a big special shout out to the 30K staff. Rob in particular really stepped up this season. It's been really influential for the direction of 30K. Also, as well as Slexia, Fizz, Dax, our meme lord, and Bat, who's our player manager. So just want to say thank you to everyone on the 30K team, and thank you to all the fans for watching and making this possible. Love y'all, much love.
Well, thank you both for joining us for this award, and congratulations, Michael Udall, for the 30K favorite organization for HeroesCCL Season 3.
Thank you.
Alrighty, well, it's Justing. Was I supposed to ask Jules something else, or did I get all my questions out? Are we good? Are we good on that one?
I think you were gonna ask her about Cho'Gall, like what build to go probably.
That's yes, yeah.
That's probably what it was.
There was actually a time when Jules and I played Cho'Gall once. I invited her to come. I was like, "Hey, come hang out. I'm gonna be streaming some Heroes. Come play some games with me." And I was like, "Oh, let's play a Cho'Gall game." And to this day, if I bring up that Cho'Gall game, she actually cringes, physically cringes, because the entire time it was just no, because I was playing Cho, and we'd be in a team fight, we'd be low on HP, and she'd be like, "We should probably back away," and I was like, "Or we could surging fist back into their face." We did win the game, but she says she'll never play Cho'Gall with me ever again. Maybe one day I can convince her to play it with me, but that was the question I did forget. Thank you so much. I'll have to be sure to ask her that in the post more. But as we are getting into our final few couple of awards here, we have to start talking about the big awards at the end here. We have to talk about Finals MVP. To bring you the Finals MVP, another MVP in Wisdom, we actually have our graphics guru, Vipey, to bring you this next award, the Finals MVP.
Hey guys, it's Vipey. I am so honored to be here for CCL Season 3 award show. I have been working with the graphics for the entire season, and I am so happy and honored to be a part of this. I love Heroes of the Storm as many of you do, and I love seeing it thrive with CCL. It warms my heart to watch this every weekend, and just these amazing freaking games are just mind-blowing, yo. But without further ado, I am here to announce the next category. The Finals Most Valuable Pineapple, aka the MVP. And the nominees are Bad Benny, 30K. Dino, 30K. Hasawabs, 30K. Liam, 30K. Yasu OTP, 30K. And the winner is Liam, 30K. And we'll see you in the Nexus or something like that.
Again, it kind of feels like we're in this time loop sort of deal. We got Liam for the Finals MVP. This is actually huge. And the first thing that I have to, of course, ask you, Liam, is to be a Finals MVP, what kind of breakfast do you eat before a CCL matchup?
Usually I eat a bagel and oatmeal. That's pretty much what I eat every day. That's what I've been eating lately anyway.
Now this is a very important question as well. Plain bagel, everything bagel, blueberry bagel, what you got?
I usually mix it up, but usually everything bagel. It's the best.
Oh, okay, all right. Team everything bagel all day. But of course, Justing, I want to throw it over to you for a probably more serious question.
Oh, maybe not. I'd like to give you the award for most awards awarded to a CCL player this season. So congratulations on winning all the awards. I guess just how does it feel being the back-to-back award winner here?
I mean, it just feels kind of surreal. I didn't expect to get all of these awards, but I'm thankful to anybody who voted for me, and I'm just super grateful.
I do have to say this, Liam. I have watched you play Heroes of the Storm from back when we used to do Celebrity Clash League, where it was, not Paradox and I casting you, and it was a bunch of just streamers like Totski and Moonfares and Turk and all of them. to see your growth and your skill level consistently rise over the years I've been casting you, I just have to give you the compliment. I think this finals MVP is more than well deserved for you, my friend. You have grown as a player, and I think you've grown overall so much, and it's been really fun to watch. So I just want to give you the compliment and say that this is very well deserved. I know that you did clean house in the HeroesCCL awards, and that's got to feel good, but you have really you've showcased, I think, throughout this season that you definitely are the MVP of overall the season, in my opinion, but as well as that final. So much good control in that matchup throughout the matchups throughout your double elimination bracket. And of course, before I let you get out of here for potentially the last time, we do have one more award. We don't know if you actually won that one as well, but it could be the final time we see you. Any final shout outs, if it is the last time, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, same as the previous shout-outs, as well as shout-out to Twitch chat, because I missed that last time.
Can't forget that.
I also do want to shout-out Yasu. He hasn't gotten an award so far. Maybe he will in the future, or coming up. But I just think that he played really, really well this season, and I think that it's unfortunate that he kind of didn't get recognized as much as I think he should have. Obviously drawing target bans, with Lucio, or even after being target banned, picking other heroes and providing, insane value from the support role. I think he played, super well this season, and I think he could have easily gotten Finals MVP. That was my vote, actually. But yeah, I think he really deserves recognition from everybody. So that'll be my final shout out.
Oh, we really appreciate it. Thank you, Liam, for joining us. Congratulations on your Finals MVP award, and we'll let you get out of here to go celebrate.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining. Alrighty, Justing, as we kind of alluded to in that last interview, I guess the interview we just had, we are getting into our final award of HeroesCCL Season 3. Man, I gotta say, this award show, there's so much prep and work that goes into this on the back end, on the front end, everywhere, every end. It takes a lot of work to do this, and it's kind of crazy that we're already at our final award. And before we get into this, I do want to take a second to just shout out all the people that worked so hard on this award show. It really is a great celebration of HeroesCCL. I know there's no Heroes of the Storm matchups and stuff that we get to watch and cheer and commentate on, but I think this is the best way to kind of cap off our entire season, is just to be able to celebrate all these monumental moments, these players, and players also celebrating players as well, as you just heard in the Liam interview. Even though Yasu didn't get a award for best support or anything like that, or Finals MVP, I do think that he did play very well, and a lot of players in HeroesCCL throughout the season played fantastically. But as I said, we have arrived at our final award of the day, and to present Best Play of Season 3, we have host extraordinaire and king of core calls, Kalaris, to bring you our final award.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, it's me, Kalaris, and I am once again honored to be invited back to present another award here, this time for Season 3, the Cursor of Cores. We'll leave your cores alone, do not worry, we're here to merely present an award for now. And I will be presenting the Best Play of Season 3. So here are the nominations. Firstly, Chili Mountain versus 30k, Liam saving Hasu.
Once again, Hazuabs almost gets chunked by the scatter. There's going to be a slowing totem. Rhaegar goes into 17. The fight. Oh my god, how did that drag from Liam?
Storm Esports versus 30k, Dino Lee Ming's resets.
Yeah, he's got Apocalypse, so is he going to actually ever use that? Now it's... Oh my god,
Dino chill.
Just popping off, bro.
Dino chill. Holy crap.
Oxygen Esports versus Diamond Hands, Heavy Low Blow.
Not the towers.
No,
It's a Stukov in a 5v1. What are we doing here? Get us out. Drained going forward with the grenade.
Melting point.
Wildheart Esports versus Granite Gaming, Mason Blaze leaps to solo kill the core.
She gets a double leaping strike. She's going for it! She's gonna do it! Poison will take down the core! Wildheart 3-0s the members of Granite Gaming in one of the most insane ends.
And the winner is Wildheart Esports versus Granite Gaming. Mason Blaze leaps to solo kill the core. Congratulations, and everybody watching, I hope you have a fantastic time.
And congratulations to Wildheart for that moment right there. We've actually got Slug Hunter joining us today to accept the award for Mason's Blaze Lunara Core End. And of course, I have to say, how does it feel to have that moment be kind of the cap of Season 3, Slug Hunter?
It feels pretty good, but also slightly bad because the reason we had to jump on them was I may or may not have gotten pushed away by like 3 or 4 of the core hands. So that may be a bit more on me than anything else. But no, I mean, it was an awesome moment. In team comms, it was super hype. We were all just, going insane. We're like, yeah, you can do it. Go for it. Because, I mean, at that point, why not? And he pulls it off, and it was just like an awesome end to that series.
When you say the comms were crazy, was it just a lot of turkey calls? Was it like Thanksgiving was right around the corner or something? Like,
I don't know if we had one of those moments, but we were definitely like, very excited once it happened. Like, it was just kind of a funny ending. Except for, if I remember correctly, most likely Wary Day was not as excited. It was more likely like we should have just ended in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just him. I mean, I don't blame him on that one because it's true.
Right.
I mean, it led to this, so I can't really complain.
It was still a great moment, Slug Hunter. Of course, Justing, any questions?
Yeah, is there any moments of kind of despair if you release the turkey noises and then you realize maybe you released them preemptively and the core might not go down?
I don't know if we've ever had that happen, to be honest. I don't know if we've ever preemptively had it. It's always after something happens, or like right as something great is happening. Usually, it's not like a battle call that we're doing like right before. Usually, it's just something you hear from Zerg like after we make a big play.
And it's usually. Oh yeah, please.
Oh, and I guess just what were the comms like in that moment? Because that's a very intense moment, if you can remember.
I remember feeling just kind of like, I mean, we were still up like 2-0 in the series, so I wasn't like too sad about it. I'm like, if we lost this game because of that, it's like whatever, next game. And I see Mason jumping over, I'm like, oh shit, like he could actually just win it right here. And he jumps over 2 people, cues the core, and it's like, oh my god, like that was incredible. And everyone just kind of popped off all at the same time.
No, it's seriously, it was a really, really good series. There was a really good moment within that series as well. And thank you for joining us. Unfortunately, Mason Blaze couldn't join us, but thank you for jumping in to accept his award today. Before I let you run out of here, are there any shouts that you'd like to give or any that Mason Blaze might have passed along to you?
Unfortunately, I wasn't passed along any, but shout out to Wildheart organization. Great organization. Wouldn't have wanted to play for any other org. Shout out to CCL. You guys have been great. This was a really fun season, especially for me, someone who's never really gotten to play at this level. So I really appreciate that. Shout out to Twitch chat. I don't know, just shout out to anyone watching or playing the game still.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Slug Hunter. Congratulations on that moment from Best Play of Season 3 of HeroesCCL. Alrighty. Well, with that, I believe that concludes all of our awards. We're not done with the show just yet. Just got to quickly check. Production, have I missed anything? I'm looking at the run of show. I don't see any other notes here. Are we good?
I don't know. I barely pay attention.
I'm actually just getting told, nothing. No, we haven't missed anything.
Nothing?
Yep.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, either way. All right. So we have nothing else to talk about here. So with that, of course, Justing, let's kind of let's kind of recap a little bit of what we had here today. We had Liam cleaning up on a lot of these awards, and I have to ask you, Justing, was there any award that you were kind of like, yes, that's the award that I was like really, really happy it went to that player sort of deal?
I'd say the Dino award was kind of the one that I didn't think there was really any contest for. I've said it a lot in the broadcast throughout the season, but he just has continued to impress me over and over and over again with his gameplay. You have him soloing bosses randomly on Tracer and Li Ming, showing us things we've literally never seen before at any level of play. You have him playing Tracer into Brightwing Varian and still managing to do as much siege damage as everyone on the enemy team does on Sky Temple somehow. Just insane, phenomenal player across the board. So I think that one is unbelievably well-deserved.
I also really like the 6th player. I said it at the top of the show, and I'll say it again. I really like the 6th player award. I'm glad that Nagram got it. I think he showcased his flexibility in that role. He came in and played, as he was saying in the interview, he was playing a bunch of heroes that he doesn't even play on his main role. So I think that is well deserved to Nagram, and a lot of these awards are well deserved to the players. And it has been a fantastic day talking about these awards. And I just want to quickly, Justin, kind of recap a little bit of maybe like the season a little bit. I have to say, like, Season 3 of HeroesCCL has been so much fun. You and Grubby have been a blast to work with. I have had so many fun moments. I've laughed so much on the stream, and I think we've had some of the best plays from this season, and we've recapped a few of them today, but I just want to get your thoughts on the entirety that was Season 3 of HeroesCCL.
Yeah, it really felt like 30K kind of came into their own this season, and they were just extremely dominant from start to finish. I believe they have the best record of any team that's won a CCL season within the season, so it's cool to see them just come out and be super dominant. And it's neat to see how much all the teams have improved, and we had a lot of roster shakeups at the start of the season, so to see those teams kind of come into their own at the end. We had, like, we just talked to Slug Hunter, who he was a manager before, and then he role swapped to play in the CCL, and he got 3rd place. Like, there's a lot of just impressive stories for these players individually, and it's really cool to be able to have this show to kind of celebrate that and to recognize players like Liam, who popped off with the awards. It's cool for these players to be able to get that recognition for all the hard work that they put in.
I agree. The awards show is always really fun. It's great to be able to celebrate these moments as well as these players and some of the top moments as well throughout the season. I said it before a few seconds ago, and I'll say it again. Season 3 has been so much fun, and I've had a blast working with everyone at Wisdom. So from everyone at Wisdom, from everyone at HeroesHearth, thank you so much for watching HeroesCCL Season 3. The award show has been a blast. All the games have been a blast. The playoffs have been so much fun. And realistically, the only thing that I can say from Justing and I at this point is, Jules, take it away.
Oh my gosh, fancy to meet you here, CCL. I am Commissioner Jules Scott of the HeroesCCL, and if you guys didn't also know, I'm also a DJ. And we have something prepared for you tonight. A little after party, maybe. I look at you with the Twitch chat is insane right now. But, you know, you guys, I have some things that I can't always talk about during the season of CC. And y'all, you guys like to ask me a question. There's a question that you like to ask me. So I'm gonna ask you guys to spam that chat right now, because I want to see it flying. Let's go. Ask me. Keep going. String it. And that's my cat Garrus, by the way. I don't think you're ready enough. I don't think you're ready enough. I gotta see more. I gotta see more. Let's go. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Okay. Here it comes. CCL Season 4 2022. Let's go. get a season 4. It is coming this year, and there's more information that's going to come in the following months. So please hold tight. But for tonight, we're going to party. We're going to have about, I don't know, an hour's worth of music to dance and celebrate this season. And I can't wait. You guys, I'm so excited. First, I got a mix, though. Oh, I see something about Justing's song in here. You guys want to hear Justing's song? You guys want to hear it? Okay. My dear Justing, thank you so much for giving us this song to use on the CCL broadcast to celebrate the fact that we hit 20K and the prize pool above 20K. So without further ado, this is Justing at 14. He was 14 years old when he made this, by the way. He was 14 when we made this. And that is our lovely Justing.